So, Craig, phishing attacks are everywhere, and there's a lot of confusion about them. Can you tell us what a phishing attack is and what we should do
Absolutely.
about it?
Yeah, phishing is one of the primary methods by which hackers breach our companies. That and poor password hygiene, which we covered earlier in another interview.
Hmm.
Phishing attacks are probably the number one and favorite method of attack in small businesses because so many of the employees are not trained on how to spot and avoid them. They're so dangerous because they can steal your credentials to your usernames and passwords of your employees. They can push down malicious software as an attachment that is allegedly the shipping instructions to get the free parcel or the gift that you won from Amazon that you weren't expecting, and you just have to fill out this form. Well, it installs malware. So it can lead to a compromise of your computer or your company's network and downtime and embarrassment for your company. So for these reasons, phishing attacks are really dangerous and deadly for small to medium-sized businesses and MSPs.
Okay. Is there a good way to spot them?
Absolutely. And I think we prepared a special graphic for this to
Yes.
explain it. So there are 7 questions you should ask yourself before you click on anything you get in your email if you have that sense that something's wrong in this email. And if you answer yes to 2 of these questions, you're being phished, delete it. And the worst that can happen is you have to ask someone to email you again, which is a small price to pay versus the consequences of being phished. So the first question is this email in my inbox totally unexpected? Hackers don't tell you ahead of time, nor do that they're going to phish you. And so every phishing attack typically shows up out of the blue as an unexpected email. Also, it's usually paired with some kind of urgency. Hackers know that if you make a split decision, you're more likely to click on a link or provide credentials or install something that they've sent to you. So they create a sense of urgency. Your account is locked. Someone bought something in your Amazon account. Click here to find out what. And so by making you make a split decision, you make the wrong one. The third thing they do is they address it generically because they don't necessarily know your name, Mike. So it'll say, dear customer, valued customer, dear sir, dear ma'am. And that's a dead giveaway that it's a phishing attack. The fourth thing is who sent it to you. Today, I received not one, but 2 emails, one from Netflix, allegedly, and the other from PayPal. Neither were sent by either company. They were phishing attacks. And the way I quickly determined that is I knew it was unexpected and it was urgent, but I looked at who sent it to me. And it was some garbledygook sender address that had Amazon.com somewhere embedded in it, but it had all kinds of letters before and after. That's them trying to hide the real sender's name and make you think it's Amazon. So pay attention to who sent it. And if it's not an Amazon.com address sending you an Amazon notification, delete it. That's the fourth thing. The fifth is grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Many hackers aren't English speakers as their first language, and they make mistakes. So if there's poor punctuation, poor spelling, poor grammar, that's a giveaway that it could be a phishing email. Now, that doesn't mean that a perfectly worded, grammatically correct email is not a phishing attack. There are many that are. But when it is present, you can be sure that Amazon has very good spell checkers. They're not going to make many mistakes in that space. The sixth thing is, does it have links to strange places? If Amazon's sending you a link to the parcel, the package or the item you bought, it will say Amazon.com in the link if you hover over it without clicking. If it goes anywhere else, you're being phished. Finally, if there's a salacious or enticing attachment like salaries.exe, or your parcel can't be delivered unless you download and install this file to give us the address to deliver the parcel, that's an indicator that you're being phished. So ask yourself these 7 questions. Was it unexpected or urgent? Addressed generically from the wrong sender with grammar, spelling, or punctuation mistakes? Having strange or obfuscated links to other foreign websites that don't belong, or contain some weird attachment? Any 2 answers, if you say yes to 2 of those, you're being phished. Delete the message. That's the
Okay.
way to spot and avoid phishing attacks.
Well, how do we get started?
So most SMBs and MSPs have some kind of awareness training program, or should have one, and that's where you would cover phishing. And these 7 questions is in an awareness training program that teaches your employees on a regular basis about all sorts of cybersecurity topics, from password hygiene to password managers to 2FA, and most importantly here, phishing attacks. You have to go over this every single year with your employees, because it's like going to the gym, Mike. If you stop going to the gym, you fall out of shape. If you stop training your employees on how to spot and avoid phishing attacks, guess what they do? They click. So make sure you have an ironclad, a robust awareness, cybersecurity awareness training program in place.